Hello everyone, this is Adarsh Dattani and I am the founder and CEO at NetIncity. I want to thank everyone for taking the time today to join this webinar. Let's quickly go over a couple of things before we get started. Your audio is automatically muted when you join, so all attendees can hear the presentation clearly. You may use the Q&A feature at any time during the presentation to ask questions. My colleague David Fintel from our customer success team has volunteered to be the co-host today. Thank you, David. He will answer your questions on chat and I will also pause intermittently to personally answer questions. I'm hoping you will find this webinar useful and you will be able to learn something new today. Today's presentation will be mainly focused on the newest release of the Mover Survey mobile app and how to take advantage of all the cool new features for both virtual surveys and in-home estimates. We will go over the complete workflow, so some of this might be a bit of a repeat for our existing customers, but I will also highlight the new features in this latest release as we go along. The Mover Survey app is our flagship mobile app and one of our 5 mobile apps. The Mover Survey app works in tandem with the CRM and the Mover BOL app, but also has incredible standalone and offline features that I will go over during the presentation. Alright, let's first talk about why you should consider using the Mover Survey app and what are the benefits. Industry veterans who have been doing pre-move surveys for decades have told us that there are at least 4 characteristics for any good pre-move survey. Whether the survey is done virtually or done on-site, whether it's done using a paper cube sheet or with the latest in technology. The first one is accuracy. Accuracy is perhaps the most important because if your pre-move survey is not accurate, then your estimate is likely not going to be accurate either, and you may end up underbidding or overbidding for the job. If you happen to underbid, then your crew may show unprepared and that could affect your job margins. You may even end up with an unhappy customer. If you happen to overbid for the job, you may risk losing the job to a competitor. Next comes efficiency. Efficiency is just as important because you're multitasking. When you're doing a survey, you're talking to the customer, answering their questions, taking notes, taking pictures, all while capturing the inventory in parallel. It is crucial that you are able to quickly take inventory of everything across the various rooms. And then we have detail. As they say, the devil is in the detail. When doing the survey, you want to be able to capture every little detail possible so you can estimate the job accurately and make sure your crew is well prepared for the job when they arrive. You want to be able to take pictures, notes, measurements, and you also want to be able to make note of any items that are excluded. It's a lot of information to capture in a short period of time. Lastly, we have information sharing. Information sharing is all about seamlessly sharing the information you meticulously captured during the survey, and that must also be shared with your back office staff and your moving crew. You want to make sure that all your information, including your photos and notes, are available to the appropriate staff in sales, dispatching, and even to your moving crew. The information is vital for scheduling, for estimating labor and materials, and to ensure the crew carries the right supplies and equipment to the job. If any information is lost or slips through the cracks, it could potentially affect your schedule, customer experience, job margins, or all of the above. This latest release of the Mover Survey app has new features that will help you complete surveys quickly by helping you gather as much information as possible about the move and relaying that information seamlessly to your staff and crews so they have all of that at their fingertips when they arrive at the job site. All of the information, including the inventory, photos, and notes, is automatically available in the CRM and to the moving crew on their tablets without anybody having to touch a button or print a sheet of paper. You can eliminate redundancies, and as your estimators get used to the app, you are able to go through and do your assessment faster. This gives you more time to focus on the quote and closing the sale. The app is going to help you eliminate human errors like omissions, miscalculations, mistakenly totaling up the weight incorrectly, or miscalculating carton counts for the quotes, those type of things. When actually booking the job, all the career packed materials and equipment automatically go to your estimate and to the work order. And then also, data pushes straight through to the BOL app for job completion. As you use the app over time, you can continue to improve your cube sheet, essentially improve your items list, adding your rooms and using categories to set up the app exactly like you want it to work and be as close to your traditional methods and knowledge as necessary. And then by using the app, you are going to get incredibly detailed room by room itemized inventories while also noting excluded items, which can be really important as well. You can take photos of the origin or destination. You can take photos or make notes at the item level or even at the room level. And I'll go over all of this today. All the information is updated in real time. You can push information back and forth between the office and the app, and you have all the historical information available at your fingertips. Next, and before we dive into the app, I will quickly go over some frequently asked questions. One question we get asked often is if the app can be used for both in-home and virtual surveys. Many businesses follow the traditional approach to do as many in-home estimates as possible. It is perhaps the best way to build rapport, present their services, and gain the confidence of the customer as a professional company and to be the best candidate for the job. Other businesses follow a more modern, hands-off approach of doing mostly virtual surveys. And then there are businesses that do a hybrid of both methods, using virtual surveys for smaller moves and in-home estimates for high-revenue moves. There's also the challenge with the ongoing pandemic where the customer may not be comfortable with an in-home estimate and a virtual survey might be the only alternative. The Mover Survey app can be effective with both methods. So let's take a look at what you need in order to be prepared for either type of survey. The app is available for download on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. You can find the app by searching for Mover Survey. The app works on most all iPad models, and if you are using an Android tablet, you will need at least an 8-inch tablet with 32 gigabytes of memory. The app is not available on smartphones because of the limited screen real estate on smartphones. If you are not already a Movegistics customer, you will need to first sign up for the CRM to get access to the app. If you are doing an in-home estimate, all you need is your iPad or Android tablet. You can also use the app in offline or airplane mode. Just be sure to download the customer and survey appointment to your tablet prior to leaving your home or office. If you are doing a virtual survey, you have multiple options like Zoom, FaceTime, WhatsApp, or Skype, and you will need 2 devices. You will need your iPad or Android tablet and one additional device such as your computer, another iPad or Android tablet, or a smartphone, depending upon what tool you are using for your video call with the customer. There are huge advantages of using the Mover Survey app to generate your inventories. It's one-time data entry that actually does a two-way sync between the CRM and the app. If you enter the data in the CRM, it's going to pass through to the app. If you enter data in the app, it's going to pass back to the CRM. You have several options when it comes to how you use the app. You can start in the CRM or in the app. So there's really a lot of flexibility and just a lot of advantages, and I'm going to go over some workflows or options here to show you what I'm talking about. So this is the first workflow. You see 2 boxes on my screen. The box on top is the CRM. The box on the bottom is your tablet or iPad. So you could start by creating a new opportunity in the CRM. You could schedule the appointment in the CRM and then complete the survey in the app and also send the estimate to the customer using the browser in the tablet. So that's your first workflow. The second option is you can do all of it inside the app. You can create a new opportunity, schedule the appointment, complete the survey, and also send it out using your tablet's browser. The third workflow is you could create a new opportunity and schedule an appointment in the CRM, complete the survey in the app, and then come back to your office and send the estimate from your computer. And lastly, this is more of a rare scenario, but it is possible you could do all of the first 3 steps in the app and just send the estimate from the computer in your office or home. Alright, without any further ado, I will dive into the app now. Now I'm going to switch over to my tablet. So I'm logged into the Mover Survey app right now. And on the left side, you see two tabs. The My Survey tab is going to show all the surveys assigned to me, and the All Opportunities tab is going to show me all the opportunities in Movegistics. As I was saying earlier, this app syncs in real time, so you can see all your data over here as well. You can also use the search filter on the top right to search for customers in the app. You can add a customer from right here in the tablet on top where you see the green Add Customer button, so you don't even have to do it from the CRM. If you are out and about and you want to add a new lead you just received, this is where you would add it. Likewise, you can also schedule the survey for the customer here on the bottom right by clicking on the Add Survey button. And then we also have a calendar right here on the app. The calendar is pretty robust. It is going to show you everything you see in Movegistics, including your jobs, survey appointments, and custom events. What's cool is that it also shows you real-time availability, including how many men and trucks you have available on any given day. You can also filter it. Let's say you want to just see all your surveys and nothing else, so you can do a filter as well. Next, let me quickly show you our completed surveys section. So this is going to show you any surveys you have already completed in case you need to go back and look at what you did earlier in the week or month. And then we have a settings option in the bottom. The most frequently used option here is going to be synchronize data. The app automatically synchronizes data if you don't log out. Once you log into the app, we recommend synchronizing data as the first step so that the app can sync the latest information on the rooms, items, and categories with the CRM for you. Coming back to the home screen, on the right side, you will see any survey that has been previously scheduled or completed. In this case, if I click on John Doe, you will see that I have a survey scheduled. On the top right in my screen, you can see the customer's profile and contact info. Below that, you can see the survey. Now on the right side, I'm going to click on the arrow across from John Doe and it will open the customer information for me. This is similar to what you have in the CRM. You can see the origin and destination addresses, including any extra stops. You can add more addresses if you need to. You can also take pictures of the origin or destination. Typically, you don't take pictures of the destination, but you could always go to a site like Zillow to download a photo and upload it over here. You can also now take notes at the address level. Next is the Move Schedule, where you will see the job activity, the job date, and start time. So this is really your first chance to build out the work order from inside the app. Again, same functionality as what you would find in the CRM. And then the Move Info is going to show you things like whether they need storage, whether they need packing, and the ballpark move size. You can make changes to all that as well right here by clicking on the pencil icon. We also have a full activity log here. So before you head out to the appointment, you can take a look at any estimates previously sent, calls logged, text messages, notes, notifications, and any previously completed surveys. Talking of which, in this new release, we have a new feature where you could do a rough inventory in the CRM or have the customer complete one for you using our visual estimator's graphical view or text view. That inventory will automatically push through to the app and you can use it as the starting point for your on-site survey and speed up the process even more. You can also look at any customer comments if they were noted previously. Now I'm going to navigate into the inventory screen and show you how quick and easy it is to capture a detailed inventory with photos and notes. I am now in the survey details screen and I'm going to click on the green plus icon next to show signature and that will take me to the inventory screen. This is where you will spend most of your time, and so this screen is set up in a very intuitive way. On the left side, you see all your rooms. On the right side, you see all your items. Once you select a particular room, you will see the items on the right side. The All Items tab on the right side will show you all the items in your inventory across all rooms. The Room tab will show you items in the room you have selected on the left side. The CP tab will show you all your courier packed cartons and items. Likewise, the PBO tab will show you all your packed by owner cartons and items. The Category tab is a cool feature. The idea is, if you are doing a survey, you walk into a room and you find an item there that you don't normally expect to find, right? Let's say you find an exercise bike in the master bedroom, for example. So, instead of having to switch over to a different room and add a custom item, or instead of having to scroll through the all items list, you can quickly flip to category and there you will see the various categories. I can simply go to exercise equipment and I can add my exercise bike from right there. These categories are customizable. You can create your own categories and place items inside those categories as needed. You can also have categories such as appliances, bulky items, exercise equipment, musical instruments, and more. Let's say we have a baby grand piano. I can simply add that from here. And this is also a good time to show you another new feature. In this release, I can actually see the materials and equipment I have linked to this item. So for example, if I'm moving the baby grand piano, I know that I will need the crew to carry certain tools and equipment. I can simply click on this green arrow icon and it's going to show me that I will need the piano board, my all-terrain dolly, my piano stand, and tools like rubber mallet. All that is already set up in your CRM. So now when I add the piano, what's going to happen is all these tools and equipment will automatically get added to the work order. So the crew knows to take these items with them and arrive well prepared at the job site. Here's another example use for categories. The customer will often want to exclude certain things, so you can create a category called excluded groups. Here as an example, the customer says they want to exclude the wall hangings in the living room. So I can simply click on exclude all wall hangings and it goes down in my inventory. So that way I have it documented in my inventory that the wall hangings in the living room are not going. Categories are a pretty powerful and neat feature. Next, you can also create a custom item. If you come across a new item, let's say you come across a pinball machine for the third time in the living room, then you can simply click on this green plus icon to create a custom item. You can click Save Permanently and select the room you want to save it to. Likewise, another new feature in this release is you can create custom rooms. And again, you can save it permanently as well as you can import items from another room as well. Let's say I want to create a new room called Nook. And then I want to import all items from the family room. I can easily do that. I can click Add Room and that will create Nook as a custom room for me, and as you can see on the left below the living room. If I click on Nook, it will already have all the items that I imported from the family room. Next, the Note button on top will help you quickly take notes. As you're doing the survey, the customer is sharing a lot of information with you. You want to be able to quickly take notes or add to the notes added previously. Now is a good time to highlight the alphabetic index and the search bar for both the items and rooms. You want to get used to that. It'll make your life easier. Even when I was preparing for this demo, I practiced using this alphabetic index bar. It really made it a lot quicker and easier for me to find what I needed. So for example, if I need to add a sofa on the right side, I will click on the letter S and that brings up all the sofas. Another new feature here in our latest release is any items you add to the inventory will be highlighted in green in the items list so you know which items have already been added. It works the exact same way for the rooms as well. So if you look on the left side, the living room is highlighted in green, meaning you added that room to the inventory. Another new feature is the ability to clone a room. The clone icon next to the living room will let you do just that. Let's say, for example, the customer has 4 or 5 bedrooms. Maybe 2 or 3 bedrooms are similarly furnished. Let's say they have a queen bed and 2 nightstands. Instead of going to every single bedroom and adding those same items again and again, you could just add it once and clone it. Let me show you an example. So in this case, I'm going to go to bedroom 1. And then I will look for my beds. There they are. I will select the queen bed. Maybe they have a small dresser and then 2 small nightstands. I can click on the item to add quantities. So if I wanted to add 2 nightstands, I could click on the item name 2 times, or I could use the plus or minus icons next to the item in the inventory below. I can even click directly on the shipping field and adjust the quantity. Coming back to my example, so I have added a few items here. Now I'm just going to click on the clone icon next to bedroom 1. It is going to ask me which room I want to copy these items to. I can simply copy them to bedroom 2. And there you go. It automatically copied everything from bedroom 1 to bedroom 2 for me. So now I have the same items in bedroom 2. That saved me the time I would have spent in otherwise adding these items all over again in bedroom 2. So as you can see, it's a pretty useful feature. It could also be useful if you are doing a survey for an office move or commercial move, and for example, you have cubicles and desks that are set up identically. Alright, you get the idea. So now let's go in and maybe just add some cartons here, CPs and PBOs. Now I'm going to shift my focus on the bottom half of my screen and let me tell you what's going on over here. That's the inventory you have built so far. All the items that you've added previously are shown in the bottom section. The first tab, All Groups, shows you everything across all rooms. So for example, if the customer is asking you, hey, are we getting close to a full truck? You can quickly click on All Groups and see what's the total volume or weight and advise them accordingly. Another new feature in this release is for our customers who do commercial moves. The system will automatically calculate truckloads and show the estimated number of truckloads over here. You can now also see the summary counts of how many rooms you've got in the inventory, how many items are shipping, how many items are excluded, how many CPs and PBOs. You can view the overall summary counts as well as summary counts for each room. So if you need to go back and remove some items to make way for other important items, you can look at the weight or volume of each room and click into rooms that have a larger weight or volume. And then further down, you have all your items with all these columns. Another update for our customers who have been using the previous release of this app is you will remember that we only had one column for shipping and just a flag to say the item was excluded. Some of our customers gave us some great feedback on this. They told us that, well, sometimes, and for example, our customers have 4 benches, 2 are going, but 2 are not going. So we need to be able to document that 2 benches are going and 2 are not. So what we did is we separated the shipping and excluded columns now so you can indicate the count of the items shipping and the count of excluded items as well. One other cool feature we added in this release is if you want to exclude something, let's say in this case, they also have a bunk bed in the first bedroom, but that's not going. I can simply tap on the item and hold it down. It will be automatically added to the excluded list below. And again, all excluded items are also highlighted in red so you know they are excluded at a quick glance. And then you have your cubic feet and pounds. So you are able to modify either one. You can use this little sync toggle to update the volume based on weight or the other way around. This toggle is especially useful when you don't want the volume and weight to sync based on a density of 7 pounds to the cubic feet. Let me give you an example here. So if I need to modify the volume for the dresser, let's say I want to change it to 40 cubic feet, I can change it and the system is not going to automatically change the weight based on what I entered unless I click on the sync toggle. It will sync the weight only when I click on the toggle. So now you can control it because sometimes you don't want the system to automatically sync the volume and weight. For example, for boxes and any other extra heavy or super light items. If you need to delete any items from the inventory, you would simply click on the trash icon. Next, you can also add pictures at the item level. So this feature is pretty awesome. You can click on the photo icon, then use the camera or the gallery. In addition to item pictures, you can also add notes at the item level. To add notes at the item level, you can click on the note icon, which is next to the picture icon, and add your notes. That's not all. You can also take pictures and notes at the room level. The active room down below on my screen is the living room. It's highlighted in green. To the left of the room name is the pictures icon, and you can use that icon to take pictures at the room level. To the right of the room name is the notes icon. You can use that icon to take notes at the room level. You can update the room names using the pencil icon that is next to the notes icon. So I went to bedroom 1. Now I'm clicking on the pencil icon and I'm going to change the room name from bedroom 1 to Sam's bedroom to maybe personalize the inventory for the customer. On the top right, you have a digital signature option. You can use that to have the customer as well as the sales rep sign. And the last thing before I leave the screen, the inventory saves every time you switch rooms, so you can use the screen in offline mode as well. I think I pretty much covered everything here. So I am going to go back to the previous screen. Now I'm in the survey details screen. It is showing me the inventory in view mode, so I can see the same information but in a bigger screen, and I can see all the items I have added and excluded over here. Now one other important thing, I can add creating on the screen. So let's say the customer wants us to create that piano we were talking about. I can input the item's dimensions, add a rate, and also take a picture of the item and attach it. I can capture creating information for multiple items if I need to. I can also add internal notes here, and all this syncs with the CRM real time. I have now completed the inventory, so I am going to return to the home screen. And right here, it will show me the total volume and weight as well as all my counts. That's also a new feature. Now I don't have to go inside the survey to see all my summary counts. I can see them right here. Next, here's another common scenario. Oftentimes, customers will ask you for more than one quote. For example, they may want a quote with packing and one without packing. So we have a cool and handy clone feature just for that very situation. I can click on that and it will ask me if I want to duplicate the survey with the inventory or without the inventory. So in this case, I'm going to save with inventory and it will create a clone of the original survey for me. I can now go inside the survey and change the name or title. So I'm going to say no packing and then I'll just save that. As you can see now, the survey name changed to John Doe no packing. And the one above is John Doe. I could change that as well to say full packing if I wanted to. So I will go back into the survey now, and because I cloned it, all the information is copied over. Now all I need to do is simply go inside the survey and delete any CP items that I previously added. I can also add PBO items to replace those CP items so the total weight of the move does not change. And then I can save it. That's it. So now I have two surveys, one with packing and one without packing. Okay, so I have completed the survey. Now the next step is to send the estimate. If you recall from the workflows I showed earlier in this presentation, you have two options. At this point, you can either send out the estimate from your car at the job site or maybe even from inside the residence by exiting the app and then going into your browser. When using Movegistics in the browser, I prefer to switch to landscape mode. It's just better and more screen real estate. Alright, so I'm inside the customer's file now, and if I scroll down, I should be able to see my inventory right here. If you notice, it is showing me the latest inventory, which is a duplicated one with no packing. If I don't want that one to be the active inventory, I can simply update my move info and I can change the active inventory to the first one. And the rest is the same process. As you already know, you would go to the Estimate tab, put together your estimate, and send it to the customer. So at this point, I'm going to switch over to the CRM on my computer so I can show you a few other things. So let me first go to the Photos tab, and you will see that we have all the photos taken during the survey in one place. You have the origin photos, the destination photos, room photos, item photos, and the creating photos. Next, if I go to my estimate, I can select a survey to base my estimate on. So there are two surveys here. One was the original one with packing and the other one was without packing. So in this case, let me select the original one, which was with packing. And then if I go to the packing section, you will see that the CP cartons that I added in the inventory are automatically carried over to the estimate. I can of course make more changes here if I need to add more packing materials. After I book this move, and if I view my work order, I will see that all the cartons, packing materials, and even my tools and equipment for the piano have automatically been added to the work order. So my crew will know what materials and equipment they need to bring along to the job. No information falls through the cracks anymore, and I can rest assured they will arrive well prepared for the job. I am now going to quickly switch over to our Mover BOL app to show you more about the seamless information sharing that I was talking about earlier in this presentation. So now I am logged in as the crew lead into our Mover BOL app, which is really a crew app. I'm either preparing for the move or I have arrived at the job site. So I'm going to go inside the walkthrough section, and if I go to the list of articles, I automatically see all the items that were captured during the pre-move survey using the survey app or using the CRM's inventory tool. So that's one thing. And then if I go to the photos section of the walkthrough, I can actually see all the photos from the survey right here. I can see the origin photos, the destination photos, the room and item photos, and also the creating photos. So that hopefully gives you an idea of how information is shared seamlessly across the CRM and our mobile apps so that everybody in the team has access to the latest information at their fingertips. Now, one last thing is when you schedule a survey, whether you do it from the CRM or from the app, you have the option of automatically sending an email or text confirmation to the customer and the surveyor. Many of you who are using the app may already be aware of that, and the survey gets added to the calendar in Movegistics as well. And if you have Google Calendar sync set up, it also syncs to your Google Calendar. Additionally, you can also designate the survey as a virtual survey, in which case it will call it out as a virtual survey in your Movegistics calendar, so you can tell at a quick glance which appointments are virtual versus which appointments are on-site. We also have a separate email template for the virtual survey, so you can actually set up that email template to have your online meeting info such as your Zoom link inside the email template. Alright, so I think I covered a lot. At this point, I'm going to stop and see if there are any questions. David, do we have any questions?
Okay, the question we have is from Mario. It says, what is the best way to account for weight if you have two surveys, one with a full pack and the other all PBO?
So you can simply clone the survey like I showed you, delete the CP cartons and add the PBO cartons instead. I see we have a question from Mark. If I have, say, only 1,000 pounds but want to charge a 3,500 pound minimum, can I amend the inventory to show just the 3,500 pounds and not the actual lesser weight? That's a great question, Mark. Yes, you can. You have full control of what you want to show in the estimate. So since I'm already sharing my screen here from the CRM, you would simply go to your estimates preview screen and you can adjust it to show whatever you need to. I would need to save the pricing first. So let me quickly do that so I can show you an example. Let's say this is your estimate and here is your weight. So this is coming based on actuals. So if this was less than 3,500 pounds and you want to show a 3,500 pound minimum, you could do that right here. You also have your inventory down below here and you can change it over here as well. So yes, you can change the total weight before you send it to the customer if that's what you're asking. You're welcome, Mark. I saw a question, David, that you already answered earlier, and I thought that was also a good question. The question was, can I get to a map from the address in my car? Yes, you can. Inside the app, there's a Google Map icon when you go to the customer info and to the address screen. If you click on that icon, it will open up Google Maps. Great. Any other questions? All right. Mario confirmed he can see the screen. Thank you, Jordan, as well. Thank you, Tracy. All right. If there's no other questions, then I think we can wrap up this webinar. I just want to say we are offering a 30-day free trial of the Mover Survey app for Movegistics customers, and I just can't stress enough what an awesome tool this is and how many benefits your sales team can get from it. Your office staff and your workers will greatly benefit with this level of detailed information that you provide to them. It's also invaluable for your crew to show completely prepared and just knock the job out of the park. Let me also share some email addresses here if anybody needs to contact us for further questions. Thank you everyone for your time today and thank you for your business. We hope you found this webinar useful. I wish you all the best, stay well and stay safe. Thank you.